The Sony A1 is pretty much all of Sony's cameras put into one monster camera. Okay, so before you guys watch the video that I made yesterday, I made this video during the initial release of the A1. I was super excited. Like, I was just like, my nerves, like, I'm new to this YouTube thing. So like, I just wanted to make a video really fast for you guys. And I thought about something. My friend Cassie put something on her Instagram today, and it really made me think about something. And also what I put on my Instagram, that I'm going to buy the A1, and I just, I'm like, I'm going to buy the A1. I'm super excited. I don't want to be the person on YouTube, and if anyone's watching this video, I don't want you guys to think that me buying this camera means that it's easy, because the price tag on this camera is a lot of money, and I cannot afford that right now. There is no way I can afford that, and I've been doing pro photography and videography in sports for the last 4 or 5 years. What I can do is sell some of my other camera gear in order to help me afford to buy this A1. And the reason why I'm buying the A1, because I want to be very clear in this video, because yesterday I was not very clear. I was just super excited, and I want you guys to see where I'm coming from. And it's not, I'm buying the A1 just because it's the newest camera, because it just came out, because that's not the reason. I am buying the A1 because I knew that soon as the A9 II came out, I wasn't going to buy that. So my hopes were going to be to buy the A9 III, no matter what the price was. I knew just from using my Sony A9, which I still have and I'm going to be selling here pretty soon, that whenever the A9 III came out, I was going to buy that. There is no A9 III, it's the A1. The price tag is very, very much out of my range, but after I sell my A9 and do a couple paid jobs, because this is what I do for a living. YouTube is, I'm trying to teach you guys things. I want to, document on YouTube for my daughter, but long story short, I do this for a living. Every single day I'm using a Sony camera to put food on the table for my family. And so having the A1, is that going to make me a better photographer? Is that going to make me a better videographer? No. The A1 is just a tool. It's a camera. It's a very expensive tool. Now for me, some of the things that I'm going to be able to do in 2021, the A1 is the perfect tool for me in my situation. A small example, and this is not a flex, this is just me telling you guys, because I don't want you guys to think that just getting the A1 is like I don't want it to seem like off. I'm going to be going to the Olympics and shooting, especially the Winter Olympics. I shoot Team USA, bobsled. I might be shooting a couple different events for Team USA. The sled is moving 80 miles per hour. Now, can my Sony A9 stop that? Yes, it has shown that it can do that. I've taken pictures of Team USA and fast moving subjects with the Sony A9. But with the Sony A1, there's new features in there that's gonna make taking these pictures at the Olympics in, one of the craziest settings that I'll probably have ever been in, a lot easier. It's gonna make me doing my job easier at the Olympics. So something like that is that's just one reason. Another reason, probably an even bigger reason, is because photo and video at the same level. I do both, at different professional sporting events, NFL, WNBA, whatever the case may be. And then the last thing is the file transfer. So when I'm uploading videos for either the NFL or the WNBA or the NBA, I need those videos to go from my camera to my phone very fast. And usually there's a stand, the stands are full of thousands of people. Due to COVID, that hasn't been the case, but let's say, I'm at a football game and there's 80,000 people, and I need to get the video from my A7S III or my A7 III or my A9 to my phone, and I needed to be there within seconds. I can't have it taking 60 seconds and the team just scored a touchdown, or, Maya Moore or Tiffany Hayes just hit a basket. I need that video to come from my camera to my phone so that I can get it to whoever needs to post this video for social media or for the website. There's just so many things that the A1 does for me in my line of work that makes sense for some of those upgrades from the photo side and the video side, and being able to have that in one camera. So I just want to say that before this video starts. This might have taken way too long, but now here's the video I made yesterday about the A1. I appreciate you guys, and if anyone's watching this feeling like, you know, you'll never get your dream camera. That's exactly how I felt about the A9. It took me 4 years to get the A9. It took me 3 years to buy my first G Master lens. This isn't something that happens quick. You just got to keep on putting in time and putting in work, and then hopefully you'll get there. Sorry, my rant is over. I just wanted to be really clear about that this isn't just go out and buy this because I have the money, because I don't. It's, you got to work hard for everything you get, and at the end of the day, the camera is just a tool, and you still got to use it. All right, enjoy the video. What is good, YouTube? My name is Lamar Griffin. I am a creative based out of Denver, Colorado. I always call myself a creative because of the reason I am making this video. The Sony Alpha 1, the Sony A1 is the ultimate hybrid camera, in my opinion. It can do video, like the video specs are on the same level as the Sony A7S III, and it also has S-Cinetone like the FX6 and the FX9, and then the photography specs are like the Sony A9, the Sony A9 II, only this thing does 30 frames per second. My Sony A9 does 20 frames per second, and this is mind-blowing. If you're a professional that shoots fast-moving action, the Sony A1 seems like it can be the camera that can change everything for you. And in my case, I shoot photo and I also shoot video. So most of the times I bring both of these cameras. I bring the Sony A7S III for video. I bring the Sony A9 for photo. The reason I'm buying the Sony A1 is because I've held on to this A9 for as long as possible. I told myself I would never sell my Sony A9 because there wasn't a reason. The Sony A9 II is an amazing camera, but for me, it just wasn't enough to upgrade from my Sony A9. Now, with the addition of the Sony A1, 50 megapixels, 30 frames per second, 4K 120. I don't even want to mention the 8K because that's just not something that I'm excited about it, but that's just not something that I want to just, you know, put out to you guys and rave and go on about. It is going to be nice to be able to reframe things if you need to shoot in 8K, but having 4K 120 for me when I'm shooting athletes moving at fast rates is going to be amazing. If you have the Sony A7S III, here's another reason why it could make sense for you to buy the Sony A1. This is my Sony A9. Right now I have my Sony mic attached to the top of it. It goes directly into the cold shoe and it works with my Sony A7S III. It doesn't work with my A9 because this mic is only compatible with the A7R4, the A7S III, and now the Sony Alpha 1. So being able to use this microphone on my Sony Alpha 1 is going to be a huge benefit for me because I already own this microphone and now all I have to do is put it on the top of the A1 and it'll work. And then also another benefit if you own the Sony A7S III is there's going to be a full HDMI port. So on Sony A7S III, there's a full HDMI port. So you're going to be able to connect your HDMI into your Sony Alpha 1, and it's going to do raw video. I mean, if you need to do raw video. And last but not least, if you went out and spent $200 or $400 on one of these new Sony fast memory cards that work with the Sony A7S III, now when you get your Sony Alpha 1, this memory card is going to be able to work with your Sony A7S III, and it's also going to be able to work with your Sony A1. That's another added bonus and another added benefit. The reason I'm making this video is because I'm super excited about the A1 because I've been wanting to upgrade my A9 for a couple of years now. There was never a reason for me as a working professional in sports, in action, things that move fast, for me to sell this camera. There was never a reason to sell my Sony A9, no matter how old it got, because this camera can do more than, I mean, it's just one of the best cameras in the world. 20 frames per second, 24 megapixels. This thing is a monster. The Sony A1 is pretty much all of Sony's cameras put into one monster camera. It's the Sony A7S III. It's the Sony A9. I'm filming on the Sony A7 III right now. It's the Sony A7R4 combined into one camera to give you pretty much as close as you can get to the perfect hybrid camera, the perfect ultimate hybrid camera, probably the best one in the world, in my opinion. I'm a big Sony guy. My first NFL game, I shot the Sony 6300. Me and Patrick Murphy, Racy, talked about that. Having a camera that can do photo and stills at a high level back then, way back then, the 6300 was, I feel like, so ahead of its time. Then the A9 came out. Then you got the A7R4 with the 61 megapixels. You got the A7S III, which is a video monster. Now you have the Sony A1, which is everything that Sony's been working for. Every single camera that has been able to give us great images, great videos, put into one camera. But at the end of the day, the Sony A1 is a camera. It's a tool to help you do a better job. All cameras are tools, expensive tools, but they are tools. I just wanted to make this video to let you guys know, coming from me, someone who shoots sports, someone who shoots actions, photo and video. I do commercial work. I work for the NFL. I do work with the WNBA, Team USA. This is the camera for me that I've been wanting to take to the Olympics. I'm going to be shooting the Summer Olympics, the Winter Olympics. The Sony A1 was made for that type of environment, and I'm super excited to hopefully purchase it if I can save the money. As you guys can see, I got on this Super Bowl hoodie. I will be going to the Super Bowl in a couple weeks. I'm pretty sure there'll be some Sony A1s down there. That's the type of camera you want to use for an event like the Super Bowl. You want to use a Sony A1, or, you know, if you're a Canon person, you want to use a Canon R5 or, you know, a Canon 1DX Mark IV or Mark III. I mean, whatever camera you use, that's fine. For me, I shoot Sony. I'm a Sony guy. Shooting the Sony A1 at the Super Bowl is a no-brainer. You're going to be able to do photo. You're going to be able to do video. It's the perfect hybrid camera. And hopefully when I go down to the Super Bowl, I'm not working the actual Super Bowl, but I will be in town doing a couple different projects in and around the Super Bowl. Hopefully I can find a Sony A1 and I'll be able to use it. I will be testing out the Sony FX6 during the week of the Super Bowl, but I'm definitely going to try to look and find Sony A1, try to get my hands on one, because at an event like the Super Bowl, this is the type of camera that working professionals are going to have their hands on. So I'm going to try to get my hands on it. But I appreciate you guys watching this video. Please let me know down in the comments what you guys think about the A1. Are you going to be picking one up? Is the price too high? Do you guys think it's priced just right? If you have the Sony A9 or the A9 II like me, are you going to upgrade to the A1? Do you even need it? Are you going to sell your Sony A7S III? Because, I mean, essentially, I could sell my A7S III and I could sell my A9, and I would probably have enough money to buy the A1, but I'm not going to sell my A7S III. I'm going to keep my A7 III, but I am going to sell my A9. But I appreciate you guys watching this video. As you can see, I'm super hyped. My name is Lamar Griffin. I appreciate you guys watching this video. Please let me know down in the comments what you guys think. What's your thoughts on the camera? Are you excited? Just let me know. Talk to me in the comments. Peace.